Hello viewers, welcome back to Mage Express Professional Web Development course online with your instructor Shyam. On last class, we learned image tags, that how we can place image in our code, where to place image in our code, optimize image on from tiny png, and figure and fake caption tag. On today's class, we are going to learn table tag, HTML5 table tag. That how to create table, what information suits table, and how to represent complex data into tables. There are several types of information that need to be displayed in a grid or table. For example, sports results, stock reports, and train timetables. When representing information in a table, you need to think in a term of grid made up of rows and columns, a bit like a spreadsheet. In this class, you will learn how to use the 4 key elements for creating tables, represent complex data using tables, and add caption to the tables. Okay, so let's move forward. First of all, the thing is, what's a table? A table represents information in a grid format. Examples of tables include financial report, TV schedules, and sport result. Let's follow on to HTML, our coding, so we can learn basic table structure. I am going to open my HTML folder, and now I am going to create a file here, new text document, tables, and going to change extension .html. Okay, are you sure you want to change it? Yes. Okay, now I am going to open it with Note Sublime Text 3. Okay, now I have to write HTML template. Okay, so I have a snippet style of Sublime, so when I write HTML and tab, it gives me the whole template of HTML. So you can search the videos that how you can install snippets and emmets for Sublime Text 3. Okay, so let's move forward. I am going to write the title as basic table structure or HTML5 table tag. Okay, so what tag we use, which tag we have to use for table? It's table tag, table tab. Okay, the table element is used to create a table. The contents of the table are written out row by row. What is the another tag inside table? It's tr. Basically, tr indicates the search of each row using the opening tr tag. The tr stands for table row. It is followed by one or more td elements, one for each cell in that row. At the end of the row, you use a closing tr tag. And what comes inside tr? It's td. Each cell of a table is represented using a td tag. The td stands for table data. At the end of each cell, you use a closing td tag. Some browsers automatically draw lines around the table and or the individual cells. You will learn how to control the border of tables when we come to CSS classes. Okay, so we write tr and td. Tr stands for table row and td for table data. So basically, one row contains multiple tds, multiple table data. So I am going to write 2 to 3 table datas in one table row. Now going to write like some numbers or numerals or alphabets, 10, 20, and 30. Okay, now I am going to copy this and paste this below. Now I'm going to change the numbers 40, 50, 60. Again, I am going to copy this and change the number as 70, 80, and 90. Now I want to render it on browser, that how it may look like on our HTML web page on our Google Chrome or any web browser you like to display there. Okay, I just open this. You can see that now it's displaying in row by row. Like table displays every element row by row, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90. I am checking Chrome, and you can see that I am not having any extra lines or decoration in my table. I might appear this via CSS in later class, but right now on Chrome it's not appearing with border or any extra decoration. Okay, so let's move to our next tag, which is table heading, th. The th element is used just like the td element, but its purpose is to represent the heading for either a column or a row. The th stands for table heading. It's same as td, like we write td inside tr. We don't have to write any other element or any other tag for enclosing th. It will come in same tr element. Even if a cell has no content, you should still use a td or th element to represent the presence of an empty cell, otherwise the table will not render correctly. Okay, so you may see that we can also use empty elements if there is not any information for that particular table data or that particular table heading inside the table row. So let's go and give th here, and I'm going to write numbers. Okay, now we may see that you can see that it's showing us numbers 10, 20 and 30. It's not showing the fourth data here, because on first table row we have 4 elements which is comprised of 1 th and 3 td elements, but on second and third we don't have any type of td or th element. So we can give this headings as well, or we might do like something this, that th and th, numbers, numerals and digits. So you might see that it is having a heading on the first table row, cause we give th to that first table row and the others are table datas only. Cause on the first line we always have to give table heading. Sometime in between you can also create, if you want to create in between, like tr, t, and right here something like, first give it th and numerals, something like this, and here also th with the heading digits. Okay, you might remove it for now and save the file. Okay, you might see that the first is now numerals, because the first is table heading on the first row, and on second we have digits. So you might see the difference, that if we use table heading on the first row, so it may appear line side by side of each other, and if we write it vertically, so we can write it like this. Okay, so using th elements for heading help people who use screen readers, improves the ability for search engines to index your pages, and also enables you to control the appearance of the table better when you start to use CSS on later classes. You can use the scope attribute on the th element to indicate whether it is a heading for a column or a row. It can take the values raw to indicate a heading for a row, or col to indicate a heading for a column. Browsers usually display the content of a th element in bold and in the middle of the cell. You might see that the digits are digits is appearing on the middle of the cell. It's the whole cell, and digits is in centralized. Numerals is not centralized because there is not a big text above numerals or something that might increase the cell width. And digits is smaller than numerals, that's why digits is centralized. Scope we can use that what this heading is useful for. That is this heading is for columns, or is this heading is for rows? As right now this heading is for row, so I have to write here th with a scope attribute, scope and row. Alright, and same thing for the th here. But if we have, it might not change any behavior of web page because it's just an attribute to use. Either we are using this for a raw or for a column. It's for also search engines to indexing, that we used this table headings for raws or for columns. As if we don't want to write th here, and the purpose of the tds, like I've changed to td it again, and 40 again here, td, and right here 70. Okay, so you might see that now all the table rows have table data and not a table heading in any one of that. Now I'm going to create another tr on the top of all, and now I have to write some headings. 3 of all are headings, but what if I keep the 2 elements empty and the 1 with the name, like numbers? Okay, this is we are using for column, for all the columns below. So you might see that the 2 of them have not any value inside that, and 1 have value, and it is for scope column. Sorry, we can't write column like this. We write like call. Scope equals to is call. It's for search indexing, that we use this heading for columns or for rows. So this one is for columns. Let's move forward on spanning columns. How you may span columns. Sometimes you may need the entries in a table to stretch across more than one column. The call span attribute can be used on a th or td element and indicates how many columns that cell should run across. Let's write an example here. Another table. Now we can create another table for this time, for this use, for spanning columns or spanning rows. Table tr th empty for now. Tr, I am going to make a timetable that refers that if that period goes long after 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., and so on. Like I'm going to write here 9 a.m. Below this, I just copied and paste the elements 11 and 12 a.m. Okay, right now I want to write another table row, and inside the table row a heading of Monday, cause the first one was empty. So now we can write table heading as Monday. We didn't write days here, cause on timetable it's something like this: Monday td general size td English td art. Okay, I'm going to make another tr for Tuesday. Just copy this all and replace Monday with Tuesday. And now I'm going to change the topics. I can write gym here, gym for this one, and the another one I am going to remove the last td and writing it here home, etc., like homework class. That what we have to do in homework. Okay, so let's run it on browser now. We didn't use spanning columns right now, we didn't span columns right now, but we have to do it. Okay, so I am going to give it call span on td for general size, like call span equals 2. It might means that it may take 2 columns for this word. And the second thing is call span for gym. Call span equals 3. So it might take 3 columns for this. Okay. Now you might see that general science is taking 2 columns and gym is taking 3 columns for it. If we give table a attribute border equals to, so we may simplify that how it is looking and how much columns it is taking. Okay, so you might see that it has, basically it's not displaying our first tr. Oh, by mistake I used tr and all of that, that's why it's not displaying the time. td. You guys might do the same mistake if you guys don't look at it properly, and please look at your code while writing, so you might not confuse that why it's not appearing on the web page. And if it's something like this, so you may check the code properly and don't be panicked that why it is looking like this, and don't be confused about that. Okay, save this file. Now I'm going to rendering it on browser. So you might see that general science is taking 2 columns while gym is taking 3 columns. English and art is taking one column, and home exercise homework is also taking 1 column. So by using call span attribute, you might do something like this. If you want to take 2 columns, 3 columns, 4 columns, you can use call span inside td or th. There is no call span tag for tr, cause tr have its own mean, and tr is not for using call span or raw span. What if you might want to use same word for 2 rows, not for 2 column but for 2 rows? How you might achieve that? You may use raw span in, like if I don't write something here th, and I might use raw span 2. So you might see that if I remove this something like this, yeah, so you might see that Monday is now taking 2 rows places, and I have removed the th from the second table row, I mean third table row within this second table. Now you might see that Monday is taking whole height of both table rows of both. It's taking the, considering the Monday as of 2 rows. You also learn call span and raw span, which was necessary for spanning rows and spanning columns. Now we have the last thing, to defining long tables. I'm going to write a heading here, h2 long tables. Okay, so you might create a table like something table. Firstly, the table element, which is the main element of table. Now there are 3 elements that help distinguish between the main content of the table and the first and the last rows, which can contain different content. These elements help people who use screen readers and also allow you to style these sections in a different manner than the rest of the table, as you will see when you learn about CSS. Now we are going to use thead element in it. The headings of the table should insert inside the thead element. Let's write thead here, and now I am going to write tr inside the thead tag. Basically it's defining the head of the table. It's defining the head of the table, that is, it's the head part, which contains basically headings, so we have to write headings here. th, we may make some statement sheet like date, income and expenditure. Date, income, and the last one expenditure. Now our use of thead is finished. Now we have to use tbody tag, the body element The body should sit inside the tbody element. We use tbody to sit the body elements inside the tbody. T-head is for head purpose. The main headings of the table, it's for long tables. Tbody for the main body. Let's write 2 to 3 statements here with date, income and expenditure. First of all tr, then td. Copy this, paste this out. Now first gen 250 for income and 50 for expenditure. Now copy the same second gen 220 for expenditure. Now third gen. For expenditure. Okay, you might see that the body purposes also ends because we write 3 of the tr elements in it. It's for long sheet. I am just showing you how to write long sheets for more than 50 rows or 100 rows or 25 rows, 20 rows or 10 rows. It's up to you to use like this for long tables. Now I'm going to save this file. Tbody tag is also complete for this. And if we have any other data as well, so we use tbody for that. Tfoot is the ending node. The footer belongs inside the tfoot element. By default, browser rarely treat the content of these elements any differently than other elements. However, designers often use CSS styles to change their appearance. Okay, so you might see how you may change the appearance of these tags while using CSS later on. Now I've used tfoot element. I've created the tfoot element. Now I am going to write tr tag within it and td elements within it. Same 3 elements. Now I have to comprise. I have to add all the income and all the expenditure for this month. It's just 3 days, but it's just for the sample purpose, so how you can treat long tables. td, first td we can remain empty because it's showing us the dates. Second is for income, so we can add those. 250 plus 200 is 450 and 450 plus 100 is 550. So you can write income of 550. Second is expenditure, which is 50, 20 and 80. 50 and 20 is 70 and 70 and 80 is 150. 150 for expenditure and 550 for income. Now we are going to save this file and render it on browser. Now you might see it's showing long tables, date, income, expenditure, first gen, second and third gen, and same like all other table elements. It's not have any other behavior while using tbody, tfoot or thead, but it's just for an engine optimization, a search engine optimization, that what we can treat as headings, what we can treat as a body element of the table, and what we can treat as a footnote and a foot element of that table. You might use border attribute in it also to specify how it may look like after using border attribute. Border 1 or 2 you might use, it's defining in pixels. Okay, so you might see that date, income and expenditure now have a box within it, and it is thead, it is tbody, and it is tfoot. So we've also learned how to use and how to treat long tables. So I think this is enough for this class. We'll continue the next things in future session. Till then, if you have any question, you can send us an email at magecourses@gmail.com, magecourses@gmail.com. You can like us on Facebook at fb.me/mageexperts, mageexperts. Send us a message on Facebook at m.me/mageexperts. You can subscribe our channel on YouTube. You can also comment below on comment section if you have any question or want to appreciate this video. We are going to make new videos soon. Till then, stay tuned with us. Take care. Goodbye.